the breakfast strudel I think is the most interesting, and it's not as hard as it looks when you're reading it. So we're going to get started with some red pepper and a little onion in here with a tablespoon of butter. And this is with the Puff Pastry. And it's the Pepperidge Farm Puff Pastry sheets. They're very easy to work with. I did have that. They're found in the frozen food section, and that has been thawed. I just kept it in the refrigerator to make it just a little bit easier to work with. There you go. Sure, you can, I think it'd be good if you cooked it with a little onion and then froze it. That'd be good. So we certainly don't want to waste that. Okay, and our Vidalia onions are out. Okay, we expertly measured the onion. Get something to stir this with. Okay. So we're going to let this cook down. We're also going to put our potatoes in here. While we're waiting on that to cook down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and chop our green onions. All right. Put our 6 eggs here. There's our eggs. We're going to whisk up in a little bit. All right. We'll go ahead and put our ham in there. And we'll put our green onion in. Now this is softened. You don't have to worry about this being all cooked because we are going to bake this. We just want to soften our onions up a little bit and our peppers. We'll go ahead and put our eggs in. So we'll go ahead and put our orange juice in and our cream cheese, which I'm going to just kind of break up a little bit. And our salt and pepper is right here. Okay. And I've got about a teaspoon of salt and about a half a teaspoon of pepper. Put that in. And then we're going to take it off the heat. And as we're letting this sit here and cool, the cream cheese will melt into the eggs. And it'll be great. And because this counter like this, I'm not going to put any flour on it. You can save this for another use. This is wonderful. We've done several things with this, with puff pastry. You could cut it into, I don't know, shapes and make fun things, or you can do another thing like this with some other kind of filling. Okay, we need to make this a little bit bigger. So we're going to roll it out. Now, one of the very important things about this is you need to put this on some parchment paper before you put the filling in it. And I know this from experience, not today, I have made this before. Once you get the filling in it, you can't pick it up. But we can pick this up. So we're going to, and it's too hard to roll out on the parchment paper, I found. So we will, okay. And it's very forgiving. Oops. Okay. Smooth that out a little bit. It's going to look really pretty. It just doesn't look like that now. I have done this before. Okay, that looks nice. Now, we're going to take our filling, which has cooled a little bit, and we're going to put that down the middle. Now, this is it's not tricky. Now watch closely. In order to get this braided, you're going to cut this corner off, just with a knife. Okay, let me move it over. Can you see it now? Okay. You're going to cut that corner off, and you're going to cut this corner off. You're going to fold this up over here. Wait, before we do that. Then you're going to cut all the way down here in about inch pieces, all the way through, at a diagonal. Now, we're going to fold this part up, kind of tuck that in, bring this one, or the other side, over here, like that. And you're going to bring the top one over here, like that, and just go all the way down with the strips. Okay. Beautiful. Now, if you don't feel like you want to have this, take these little pieces that you cut off, and you can make like little extra strips. Like I said, it'll be fine, but if you just don't like the look of it, and when it's baked, you're not going to be able to tell that you cut little extra strips. Now, we have a little bit of egg wash, which is just an egg with a little bit of water. We're going to brush the top of this and the sides so it gets a nice golden brown color. And like I said, you have to do this on the parchment paper. I imagine aluminum foil would be already all right. No wax paper. And parchment paper you can buy in a roll like wax paper or aluminum foil. Then we're going to just put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the top. Did you see what I mean? There's no way that you could have gotten the pastry off of the counter and onto the pan. And I know that from experience. Okay. Because it was one of those, what were you thinking moments when I did it. Okay, so now we can simply lift it onto the pan, stick it in our oven. Okay, now our magic oven has even taken it out, but this is what you come up with. Ooh, okay. And then you're simply going to, let's see if I can find a knife, cut it. And a nice little piece, and serve it. So there's our breakfast strudel. It's great. And then, you know, this is a good technique to use. You can use like a chicken filling with this, a chicken, you know, chicken and broccoli, or a ham, or whatever. Just enclosed in this puff pastry, it's a neat little thing. All right. Now, one thing I should say on the breakfast strudel, if you want to do this the day before, you can. Get it to the point before you put it in the oven. You can just stick it in the refrigerator. Save it for the next day. If you want to freeze it, you can go ahead and freeze it at that point. I like to bake it a little bit before I freeze it, but either way you want to do that. So that's sort of a make ahead thing. Make sure that when you do get ready to bake it, you bring it back to room temperature.